Hey guys, welcome back to Front Seat Driver. My name is Jason. Today's a video that I'm very excited to do. The car behind me, as you can see, is insane. This is a car that's had a lot of changes since its inception, since he picked it up at the dealership. So today we're going to talk about all of those. And let me tell you, you guys know I'm a fan of carbon fiber. This car has carbon fiber everywhere, but it's so much more than just carbon fiber. You're gonna want to see this car, so stay tuned. All right guys, this is my friend Brandon. I've known him for a couple of years. He has a C7 Z06 that is similar many ways to this car. And the funny thing is I was at 21st Century Muscle Cars a couple of years ago out in Addison doing a video with a ZR1, and his car was there. They were showing me all the stuff they were doing to his C7 Z06. And then he saw the video, and then we happened to meet up, and he was like, "Do you have my car in one of your videos?" And that car is insane, and at some point we'll do a video with that car as well. But how you doing today, Brandon?
Good.
Good, man. It's always good to see you. Like we've been on drives together and stuff, and that Z06 was insane. This car though, this new C8 is ridiculous. I mean, this is a completely different car than when it came out, and I'm gonna have Brandon talk to us about all the stuff he's done.
Yeah, so initially I wanted a Z06, so I saved up money to get a spec'd out Z06, and then with all the markups and craziness going on, about the same time tuning came out, so I decided just to kind of build my own version of a Z06 or a Grand Sport. So I started buying parts before I even found the car. So I went down to San Antonio and bought the car and drove it back, and then immediately Sonny over at the Vet DFW stripped it down to the frame. We started replacing everything with the carbon fiber wide body kit from Anderson Composites. Pretty much everything's been replaced on this car. The brakes, the suspension, sway bars, rotors, everything. Added a few other items just for cooling and aero. It has the Autobahn ducts that they sell in the cars in Germany underneath to help cool the engine. It has the V09 upgrade that the Middle Eastern cars get that adds the second radiator that helps with the oil and transmission cooling.
That's awesome.
So that's been installed. Also the cooling ducts from ACS Composites.
Do you think those do work pretty well? I've heard other people that really like them. I don't have them because I have a convertible.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Hard to really know. It's
yeah.
not. Yeah.
And the car wasn't stocked long enough for me to get used to
Exactly.
it to notice the difference. But
I think I might have seen it once prior, maybe.
Yeah. And then at the same time, we were doing all the body work and suspension and brakes. LME was building an engine for it, so went with the 6.8 liter 416 LT2 build. It's their 700 horsepower NA package.
We'll pop it in a minute. We'll take a look inside, because I really just want to look. I like power, obviously, but to me, cosmetic is a huge part of any vehicle. It has to be pleasing to the eye, and and Anderson Composite is the company who manufactured all of this carbon fiber, correct?
That's right.
Just look at this. It's a whole brand new front end. I mean, just absolutely insane. Look at this. Look at this carbon fiber. It's so well done. Of course, the rockers, all of this piece right here running along, all part of the body of the molding right there, all carbon fiber. I mean, just look at this. It's got the Z06 style wing on it. But one thing that I was thinking about when we were driving over here, you have the center exit exhaust now.
Oh yeah, that's
love that.
Le Mans edition.
Okay.
I went with the street version just because my Z06 is so loud.
Yeah.
I wanted to try to keep the noise down some. Kept the stock cats. Had some 2-inch headers made, since the exhaust ports on the heads were bigger than a 1/7/8 inch header would work with.
Gotcha.
So 2-inch headers were required.
And I love these wheels, the Forged Light wheels, Forged Light.
Yeah,
Yes, Forged Light. I always have to remind myself. I mean, just everything about this car, exterior, is just like, it's, I don't even know how to explain it. Just driving down the road. I hope I got any kind of decent footage. I may be using my dash cam footage, but man, I mean, they got the dive planes. I mean, this car, visually, driving down the road is, it's an eye catcher, man. It sounds good. It looks insane. But let's check out the engine bay.
Yeah, obviously it has the e-Venturi intake.
Love these.
Got a Lingenfelter PTR manifold with the 100mm throttle body. And like I mentioned, it's got the LME 6.8 liter LT2, which is their 700 horsepower NA package. It's really nice setup. Once the transmission is unlocked, like it'll make more power. It actually made more power on the engine dyno because they could rev it up to 8,000 RPM. But CID race heads, like I said, 2-inch primary headers. Some other weird things is the heads. The LT2 injectors didn't fit because it has a smaller style port, so this actually has injectors out of a C7 Z06 in it.
Nice.
Fuel pump as well, obviously cam, etc. It's got one of the Mighty Mouse Road Race catch
Can, yeah.
That's pretty much the basics of the engine.
So you said you did a dyno on this, right?
Yeah.
What did it run?
So it makes like 600 of the wheels right now. Damn. Until we can bump the RPMs up on the shift points. So, which is going to be really cool. And on the engine dyno, it made like 700 RPM at like 7,600. I'm sorry, it made like 700 horsepower at 7,600 RPM.
That's wild. This thing is absolutely insane. But you did say, I know we talked about this because I'm still, as much as I love my Z06 or my C8, I love my Z06. You actually still enjoy the Z06, driving it a little more than this, though, correct?
It's kind of more fun to drive, yeah. That car is more modded out than this one. It's, makes over 1,000 horsepower. Yeah. Suspension is way more extreme than this. No rubber bushings. It has spherical bearings, like giant. Bigger than the Z07's, it was a Z07 car, and I've actually upgraded the sway bars and everything on that too. That's going to be one we're going to need to do a video on. And that one, I want to get some video of you driving, it's little flybys, but man, that one is absolutely insane. I can't wait to do a video with that and get some flybys on that car. That's going to be just crazy. But I just love the look of this so much. I just can't, I don't know. So the width of this is, actually, the front's exactly the same size as the factory wide bodies. Okay. And the back is 3/4 of an inch wider than like a Z06 or okay. So it's actually a little wider than the Z06, which is already a pretty wide car. Yeah. Man, just such a stunning car. And powerful. So I know, like I said, a lot of people give me a hard time because a lot of my videos, they're like, that's not a mod. Well, it's cosmetic, yes, but it's modification. So this car has been fully modded. It's just, I don't know. So I'm going to get you, we're going to go, I've got a little bit of you driving just when we were coming over here, but I want to get some of you just driving by because this thing is, it's just so impressive looking on the road. It's intimidating. I love it. Yeah, I'm also trying to do some weight reduction. I did the same thing on my Z06. It's also mostly carbon fiber, lighter wheels. It has the carbon ceramic brakes. So even though we added more to this, bigger wheels, bigger brakes, it's actually lighter than the factory stuff. Wow. So I need to go weigh it, but it, between the exhaust, the wheels, the brakes, the body, everything, I think it's probably around 200 pounds lighter. That's crazy. So, especially with the heavier wheels and things like that, Yeah, so I'll officially go weigh it at some point now that I have it back. Another thing I like about this kit is just kind of the aero. Yes. It has this nice integrated diffuser right here that goes back under the car. I can see that. Air under there, which is nice to create low pressure under the car, which creates downforce, without drag. Right, so, and that's another thing. You will actually take this to the track Yeah.
It's not just a show car, which is awesome too. And I'm going to tell you, when we've already talked about it, when he takes us to the track, I'm going to try to meet him out there because I would love to get some video of this going around the track. I mean, this thing is going to be a lot of fun to see out there. And I'm going to look and see, what were those things that you said they're underneath?
Those are called the Autobahn scoops that they sell on the C8s in Germany. And then this radiator and cooling setup between the oil and the transmission and the engine is called the VO9 option. It's a factory option, but they only offer it on cars sold in the Middle East, like in hot climates. But
yeah,
we live in Texas. So
yeah, we're not in Dubai. Hot. It's hot, but it's not Dubai hot, I bet.
Yeah.
So if you can see down right there, you see that metal piece. I'm going to flip the phone around and let's see if you can see it this way.
I can see it towards the back there.
I think I see it, but it's hard to tell with the phone flipped up the way it is. So we'll know whenever I go back and watch it on the computer. I'll try to point an arrow to it, but man, I think that's it. I think we'll get some driving footage and hopefully, get some good video of you driving by. But again, like I said, when you take it out to the track, I'm going to do my best to try to be able to put some cameras on the car. But more importantly, when you get the video of the car driving by, because, these cars in motion look amazing. But I think that's going to do it. I want to say thank you to Brandon for having me out here to take a look at this. We've been talking about doing this forever. He just had a lot of things that he was still trying to do to get it complete before we did the video. Finally got it done, and let me know what you guys think down in the comment. I just absolutely love this car, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Again, thank you, Brandon. Everyone, have a great week. Thanks for watching. I love these taillights. These are the European style taillights on here that he got from Auto Addicts. These are before they actually went on sale. But he's about to head out. We're gonna get one quick roller with this. I'm gonna catch him driving out of the parking lot here, and then we're gonna get him going up that road.